Well, now, time for a little bit of elite. And there she is. Beauty of a ship. Hello, whoever that is. Feel free to chat. Now, let's see. How's it? Harassi installation. Suppose I buy something to take to the next space station. Can't remember from last time. Did they want my universal cartographics? They did not. No. There's never a call for my universal cartographics these days. And I've got some lovely universal cartographics. Now, let's see. Fabrics. No, obviously not. Maybe small minion will take. Oh, more already at cargo capacity. That's why. Right, well, may as well just take off and see what happens. Off into the wild blue yonder. Here we go. I was born under a 100 star. Let's see what's in Volkova. Absolutely buck all. No chance. Oh, here, we want to get over to there. Oh, that killed me. Or do I? No, I want to get down over here. Although, Volkova it is then. Jump, dear, jump, dear, jump. It's quite interesting. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, okay, so nice. Lovely. Frame shift charging. That's the sun. Not a sausage. Okay, I've got a bolt ton of fuel. Hello, how you doing? I've got a buttload of fuel there. I suppose I could travel a good bit away and sell all that cartography stuff and get a nicer ship. Oh, I quite like my Eagle. It's quite nice. It's got its moments. Yep, bugger all there. Maybe damn all here too. Yep, damn all. Just a bunch of random planets. That's good hold on. No, not like that. Ramp the again. I think I went the wrong way. I'm back at Rumpley. I want to be going to trying to get over to the core sort of system area. Crucis sector. And that's right. I'm sure there'll be a station somewhere for me. I hope.
Ready to engage. Scoop disengaged.
Guess where I'm heading. Bursted duck. Just what I was hoping to see. Some dire little oasis in a sea of nothing. A lot of traffic about, probably a good idea to put my lights on. Just come in nice and gentle. So I think I'm following him.
Docking request granted.
Does look like me a wee bit, I guess. Not completely, but you know, it's close enough.
Landing gear deployed. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Always have to the hangar places like this, just in case anybody would shoot you while you're on the landing platform. Got some nice universal cartographics here, mister. Which they do not want a single one. Not a one. Let's see if they want mineral oil. No, they don't want mineral oil or fish. I'm stuck with mineral oil and fish. Is there anywhere in this system likes mineral oil and fish? Not those buggers anyway. Big system. Dunberg refinery. Oh, it's a refinery, that's why. Well, at least I'm refueled and ready to go again. That's going to take me the sort of direction I want to go, so... Maybe somebody will want mineral oil and fish out this way.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released.
Have a good look at the ship. Whoa! There was mass locked. Like big style mass locked.
Frameshift drive charging.
Here we go. Nothing. Not a sausage.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Go there.
Frameshift drive charging.
I might buy my cartographics. My bloody cartographics.
Fuel scoop. Fuel scoop disengaged.
At least I'll be able to unload the mineral oil. See if there's anything on the news.
Kincaid granted command of Zaun's fleet. President Gibson Kincaid has been named Commander-in-Chief of the Alliance Defense Force Fleet in the Zaun's system.
These people
Journalist
mental.
Vanya Driscoll reported on the development for the Alliance Tribune. Admiral Frederick Yamamoto has announced that the Zaun's fleet now takes orders directly from the President, in direct breach of the existing ADF command structure. The move is widely perceived to be a deliberate show of strength from President Kincaid, who is currently under investigation for illegal campaign funding. Admiral Yamamoto is known to be a personal friend to Kincaid, from the latter's time as Governor of Zauns. The Council of Admirals has demanded that Yamamoto rescinds this decree. Admiral Rachel Ziegler condemned the decision as political grandstanding that borders on treason.
Right, well, we'll get
While
into
President
Harassy
Kincaid
installation.
has accepted the authority, he has yet to issue any
Codes
orders to the ADF
sorted.
fleet stationed in Zauns.
Hopefully they'll buy my cartographics.
Ship thief's personal log discovered. A journal maintained by Gan Romero, the technician responsible for stealing a docked vessel from a starport hangar, has been discovered. Security Chief Misaki Sanders gave this statement from Fort Dixon. We have thoroughly investigated Romero's background to establish a motive for the theft and how it was accomplished. Our only lead is a series of encrypted voice logs that he deleted shortly before the hijack. Our analysts have recovered a few
They're
fragments
still banging
of
on
these
about this boy who
recordings,
stole
which
the
appear
ship.
to have been part of a dream journal. In them, Romero makes repeated mention of seeing an area of space, not black but radiant, glowing like heaven, and being called by voices that didn't come from anything with a body.
Be
Medical
guardians,
experts have proposed
guaranteed.
that Romero's recordings, along with his recent distracted behavior, may be symptoms of an undiagnosed dissociative disorder. If true, Romero was likely acting upon dream delusions when he stole the ship.
Got dollars to
At
pesos
present,
and
our
guardians.
investigation has not yielded anything more substantial. Zende Partners requests Guardian commodities. Zende Partners has called for increased deliveries of Guardian commodities in Sinuafi NH, D1196, the newly established hub for Guardian human technological research. CEO Freya Tain made the following announcement. My company has established a scientific research outpost in Guardian space named the Prospect, which also serves as the termination point for our megaship transport service from the Zende system. The next
I'd like to see the mega ship someday. I'm going to find out.
step is to procure a license that will allow a technology broker to trade from the Prospect. In preparation for this, we invite the galactic community to collect Guardian commodities from nearby ancient ruins and bring them to the outpost. This will
Docking request granted.
allow us to provide a stock of existing Guardian human technology, while also stimulating further studies into this extinct civilization. Deliveries should be made to the Prospect in the Sinuafi NH, D1196 system. The appeal begins on the 16th of May 3305 and will run for 1 week. If the maximum requested total is achieved earlier than planned, Zende Partners will end the campaign immediately. Segnan Exchange announces outpost. Segnan Exchange has revealed plans to build an outpost in the Sinuafi NH, D11. CEO
Thought spice it up a
gave
bit
this
for
in a
yous.
statement. Ascending Partners has graciously provided a transport service to
So.
Guardian space. It makes sense for my company to support the increased pilot activity in that area. Segnan Exchange
Yeah,
can offer a
bring some
variety
Starfleet
of
services,
services to those
please.
traveling to the area. Segnan Exchange thrives at the forefront of innovation, and the wealth of artifacts soon to flow through Sinuafi NH, D1196 offers fantastic opportunities in the field of
Please buy
advanced
some of my
Guardian human
cartographics.
technology.
Oh, go
The
on.
announcement, coming so soon after Zende
I've got a lot of
Partners
cartographics
established
to
the
sell. That's a
Prospect in
lot
the
of money
same
I'm
system,
sitting on right
has
there.
received a mixed response from business analysts. Some view the move as likely to trigger direct conflict between the two corporations,
Are you kidding
while
me?
others believe the presence of both companies can only benefit the
I thought these
research
people like
initiative.
minerals and
Week in review. Here are this week's main stories. A megaship service offering transport to Guardian space has been established by Zende Partners. The service will ferry pilots and ships between Zende and Sinuafi NH, D1196, with the latter system selected as the termination point by the galactic community. President Gibson Kincaid has denied claims of illegal funding during his presidential campaign last year, accusing Councillor Elijah Beck of seeking revenge for defeat in those elections. Kincaid's assassination of rival presidential candidate Fazia Silva had benefited Beck's campaign. In other news, the wife of ship thief Gan Romero has given an interview to Vox Galactica. Lara Romero stated that she had no idea why her husband would steal a docked craft. She also indicated that Gant's sleep had been disturbed by vivid dreams prior to the theft. And those are the main stories this week. Ship theft mystery deepens. Mystery continues to surround Gan Romero, the starship technician who single-handedly stole a docked vessel in the Vega system. Romero's wife, Lara, agreed to an interview with Vox Galactica. I haven't the faintest idea why Gant took that ship, or how he managed it. It's totally out of character for him. He's not impulsive or even ambitious really. Always been the practical type, which is why I married him. I can't believe that he would do anything like this. Had he been acting strangely? Well, something was on Gant's mind. I guess you could say
18,000 I
he's
need.
been distracted recently. I've caught him staring out into space a few times. And his sleep was disturbed by intense dreams, although he never wanted to talk about them. The kids keep asking when their dad is coming home. I just hope the Fort Dixon Security Services can find some explanation for all this, and bring
Open
Gan
access
home
system
to
like
us.
fish and mineral oil.
President Kincaid denies corruption. President Gibson Kincaid has refuted allegations of illegal campaign funding and is refusing to cooperate with the official inquiry. He gave this statement to the Alliance Tribune. The claims are nothing more than an attempt to besmirch my reputation. Councillor Elijah Beck has fabricated this while Mudlark chases revenge for his loss to me in the presidential vote last year. If the Assembly wants to entertain conspiracies, they could review the assassination of Fazia Silva, the third presidential candidate. It's interesting that Beck's own campaign gained a lot of support after Silva was murdered. The Bank of Zounds has also declined the inquiry's requests for information. A spokesperson insisted that all campaign funds it handles adhere to strict financial guidelines. They added that Beck's evidence was deemed insufficient until a verified source could be
Trying to make my way
provided.
towards the core systems.
Zenley Partners Transport Service operational. A megaship service offering transport to Guardian space from Earth. Dale now in operation. The CEO of Zenley Partners, Freya Tane, announced. Following the
Well, I mean, if I
recommendation
can
of
get
the
myself
galactic community, my company has
a buggy and
established
go
an
on the
outpost
planets,
in
that'll be pretty
Simuel,
cool too. So I will be doing that.
K1196, that will serve as the termination point for this new ferry service. Our two megaships, Sadler's Song and the Conduit, will make weekly trips to the selected location. This first step of our
Remember, the police
initiative
used
should
to
encourage
arrest you or at
activity
least
in
fine you
nearby
on the
Guardian ruins.
Amiga version.
In addition,
Frameshift drive charging.
we have now finalized the design of an advanced military module based on Guardian technology, and we hope to begin
Just thought I
manufacture
didn't know
of
where
this
I'm going.
design very soon. Among the feedback from the technology industry was a statement by Cedric Stone, CEO of rival arms manufacturer Signan Exchange. While Zenday Partners' recent efforts to promote Guardian human research are admirable, I would like to remind Ms. Tane that she does not hold a monopoly of Guardian artifacts from that region of space. Signan Exchange has a proven track record in this field, and we hope that Zenday Partners are able to secure the acquisition of Guardian commodities for the benefit of all.
Back ass
Wicked
bloody
review.
nowhere.
Disengaged.
Here are this week's main stories. The Distant Worlds 2 expedition has reached Beagle Point, its final destination. Thousands of independent pilots have traveled over 73,000 light-years in the past 3 months, with the establishment of Explorer's Anchorage among their many achievements. Alliance President Gibson Kincaid has been accused of receiving illegal
Ranty again.
campaign funding
Don't
from
want
a
to be
senior
ranty.
figure at the Bank of Zounds. Prime Minister Redmond Mahone has authorized an official inquiry to establish the truth of the allegations. Kincaid has yet to provide a response. In other news, the thief of a ship stolen
there's
from a
core
starboard
sectors.
hangar in the Vega system has been named as Gan Romero.
Oh my.
Security reports indicate that Romero has no prior
Yes,
criminal
I'm going
record and is
to
believed to have acted alone. The search for his
like
missing
Kelpie.
current location continues.
Sounds very
And those
Northern
are the main
Irish.
stories this week.
It's very fitting.
President Kincaid illegal funding allegations. President
Frameshift drive charging.
Gibson
Oh, the
Kincaid has
Kelpie.
been accused of receiving
Sounds like
illegal
somewhere here in
campaign
the country.
funding via the Bank of Zounds. Councillor Elijah Beck presented evidence to a special session of the Alliance Assembly during September 30, 4. President Kincaid's re-election campaign received several billion credits worth of undeclared funds. I have received data suggesting that these transactions were secretly arranged by a senior figure within the Bank of Zounds. Regrettably, I cannot reveal the source of this evidence since it constitutes part of an ongoing investigation. However, I call upon the Assembly to open an official inquiry to establish if there was any violation of campaign finance law.
Oh, there's
Councillor
lovely
Beck's proposal was
places.
approved by a majority
Bean
vote,
Terminal.
after which
I
Prime
want to
Minister
visit
Redmond
Bean
Mahone
Terminal.
authorised the
Let's go to
inquiry
Bean
to begin
Terminal.
immediately. As yet, there has been no comment from President Kincaid. Docked ship thief identified. The individual responsible for stealing a docked Diamondback Explorer in the Vega system has been identified. Fort Dixon
Bean
Security
Terminal
Chief
sounds like my kind of
Misaki
place.
Sanders told the
And it's
media,
shaped like a bean
"We have
too.
determined that Commander Bjorn Lennox's vessel was stolen by a Starship technician who evidently acted alone without backup. The technician, Gan Romero, has worked at Fort Dixon
Trying
as
to
a
keep the
member
speed
of
up
the
a little
hacker
bit to get
service
out there.
teams for the past 11 years. He has a stable home life on the station with a wife and 3 children, with no criminal record. Although Romero's job gave him access to landing pads, it does not explain his ability to bypass ship security protocols or launch without authorization. We have yet to determine his motive or destination. The scope of our investigation is widening and we hope to know more soon. Distant Worlds 2 expedition reaches Beagle Point. The Distant Worlds 2 expedition has reached its final destination on the
This
far
Worlds
side
2
of the
was
galaxy,
excellent.
the
I was
Beagle
reading
Point
about it
system.
earlier. I wish I'd been
Science
part of it.
correspondent Leon Banerjee reported for Vox Galactica.
Looked like fun.
The Distant Worlds exploratory fleet,
Having
comprising
said that,
thousands
my
of independent pilots, set out from the Palani system on
ship
13th
probably
January
wouldn't have far enough
3305.
jump
Over 3
range,
months
so
later, after traveling more
there
than
wouldn't be much point
73,000 light
in
years,
trying to
ships have
join
begun arriving at Beagle Point.
a deep space
Included among
exhibition
the
whenever you can't go to deep
expedition's achievements
space.
is the construction of the Scientific Research Station Explorer's anchorage. This now
So I'm
serves
trying
as
to
a
crawl my
permanent
way
waypoint
across
for
the
travelers to the
core
galactic
system so I
core,
can
as well as facilitating detailed observation
get a
of
soul
the
pass and go to
supermassive black
Earth.
hole Sagittarius A star.
That's
While
my current
Distant
aim.
Worlds 2 is coming to a close, its participants will now plot their own routes through unexplored space back towards the core systems. Zende Partners announces transport service. Zende Partners
I want to get over there and land on
plans to
Earth and
establish
see
a
what's
ferry
going on.
service between the core systems
Maybe
and
Mars
Guardian
as well. I haven't
space.
been to Mars in
Freya
years.
Payne, the company's CEO, made this statement. In response to increasing demand for Guardian commodities, my company aims to
There's a
facilitate
wedding.
access to the area once occupied by the Guardians. This will involve the construction of a megaship to transport pilots to
Wedding
and
barge.
from this comparatively inaccessible region. 5 systems have been highlighted as potential destinations, and we'd like to invite the galactic community to decide which of these should serve as the termination point for the megaship. We will then build an outpost in the chosen system, and the megaship will enter service. We hope that this initiative will stimulate new innovations in the field of Guardian human technology. Week in review. Here are this week's main stories. Prime Minister Redmond Mahone has clashed with President Kincaid in the Alliance Assembly. Following repeated demands to increase military funding, Kincaid was reminded by Mahone that executive presidential power had been turned down following a vote. The funding proposals were rejected. A Diamondback Explorer has been stolen from Fort Dixon in the Vega system despite a number of active security measures. Details indicate the thief was able to override the starport's security network and gain access to the ship from within the landing pad hangar. And those are the main stories this week. Kincaid and Mahone clash in Alliance Assembly. Prime Minister Redmond Mahone has once again clashed with President Gibson Kincaid, following the latter's attempt to take control of government policy during an Assembly session. Political journalist Vanya Driscoll reported for the Alliance Tribune. There were dramatic
I
scenes
think
in the
I will get
Assembly
the
as
Bean
President
Terminal.
Kincaid
I will
sought to
park
steer
up,
debates on
and
military
that will
strategy,
do me for this
making
session.
several demands for increased funding towards new fleets. Prime Minister Mahone eventually stepped in and rejected these proposals outright. Kincaid was further reminded that a prior request for executive presidential powers had been unsuccessful, even if he insists on behaving otherwise. Although he still has supporters, a number of councillors have privately opined that Kincaid is now a toxic presence at odds with the Alliance's ethos. Ship stolen
Yeah,
from
Kincaid has to go.
starport.
He's
An
a dodgy
independent
boy.
pilot's ship has been stolen from a starport hangar in the Vega system. The ship's owner, Commander Bjorn Lennox,
I reckon
told
something's
Vox
going to come out
Galactica,
about Kincaid and
"I
the
docked
stolen
my
ship.
Diamondback Explorer at Fort Dixon for some routine maintenance, and to enjoy a short break following a deep space exploration voyage. When I went back to the landing pad, I discovered the hangar was empty and my ship had gone missing." The starport issued a statement from Security Chief Misaki Sanders. "We are at a loss to explain how the thief managed to hijack our security network, gain entry to a docked and sealed ship, and override authorization checks to fly out of the station unchallenged. Nearby systems have been alerted and we are collecting leads to track down the stolen vessel. In the meantime, we are conducting an inquiry into how these breaches of docking bay protocols could have occurred." Week in review. Here are this week's main stories. Aegis has entered into a partnership with the engineer Antar to manufacture Guardian-related technology. In a statement, Aegis asserted that its considerable resources would ensure the supply of current and future technology, while clarifying that the XG fighters would remain available
3
from
cheers for the
technology
happy couple.
brokers. Authorities in systems recently attacked by
That
the
guy's never seen
Thargoids
the
have
whole
issued
family
fresh
together
appeals
before.
for aid. Admiral Aiden Turner
Probably a
commented
reason
that
for
the
that.
Thargoids were apparently ignoring key social and military targets, and stated that independent pilots remain humanity's most effective defense. In other news, Tarja Gavaris has resigned from her post as CFO of Rackham Capital Investments, amid claims from the Federal Times that it provided information on owners
Looking at
Echoey
somebody's
Rackham
wake
to
here.
fake FIA
Oh.
operatives. It is thought that the data was used to blackmail Gavaris into stepping down along with several supporters. Vogel,
I don't know if I can go through with the wedding. Don't go through with it.
Produced by Core Dynamics following a downturn in profits. Core Dynamics CEO Jupiter Rochester made a statement confirming that his
Core Dynamics Sierra Whiskey Echo. Observe docking reservation protocols. Submit a request before landing.
company would retain Vogel's core team of designers and engineers. Analysts are viewing the acquisition as a smart investment. Hadrian Duval has declared a non-aggression pact with Princess Aisling Duval. While Hadrian reaffirmed his existing views and his status as a royal exile, he pledged to keep an open mind regarding Nova Imperium's policies. Finally, the Pilots Federation has announced the establishment of a permit-controlled area tailored to new pilots. The district offers independent pilots combat exercises and assignments within several designated systems. And those are the main stories this week. Pilots Federation establishes regulated zone. The Pilots Federation has revealed plans.
Welcome to Beam Terminal.
Ship secured.
To establish a restricted area of space for newly
Go on, you've always
licensed
buy some
commanders.
Universal
In a
Cartographics. Go on.
statement, spokesperson
Buy my
Gabriel
Cartographics,
Santos
they're
gave
nice.
the following details.
Oh, I'm gonna
Following
get some
discussions
sold.
with the three superpowers, representatives have
Incoming message.
acknowledged that independent pilots are a mainstay of the galactic community. As such, a Pilots Federation district will be created for new commanders, offering
Minted
combat
now.
exercises and tailored assignments within several designated systems. The intention is to offer
hell with
pilots
it,
an
sell, get
opportunity
rid of
to
it.
complete contract assignments without exposing them to opportunistic criminals. Access to the district will depend on the possession of a permit granted to new commanders alongside their Pilots Federation license. This permit will be revoked once a certain level of experience has been acquired. Representatives of the Alliance, Empire and Federation each confirmed their approval. Their statements underscored the positive contributions made by licensed commanders with regards to the galactic economy, exploration initiatives and the Thargoid threat. Tarja Gavaris resigns as Rackham CFO. Tarja Gavaris, the CFO of Rackham Capital Investments, has unexpectedly resigned from her position and subsequently emigrated from federal space. Several other employees who were loyal to Gavaris resigned alongside her. All chose to waive their final salaries and bonuses, which totaled approximately approximately 365 million credits according to sources within the company. Journalist Brianna Blanket commented in the Federal Times, "It has become apparent that the federal intelligence agents who acquired our data on Zachary Rackham were in fact imposters working for him, employing fake
I
credentials.
don't think I need that
With
shield
our
generator.
research,
I
Rackham
think I would be
capable
better
of
using the
blackmailing fellow
planetary
ex-pirate
vehicle
Tajik
hangar.
Gavaris into resigning, the corporate equivalent of assassinating a rival. Naturally, we cannot prove this is what has occurred, but rest assured that we'll continue keeping a close eye on Calico Zach." The
And
Federal
buy
Times
me a
also
vehicle.
confirmed that a donation of 36.5 million credits has been received from Rackham Capital Investments in recognition of the
Ooh, got an
organization's
SRV now.
dedication to ethical
That's
journalism.
exciting.
Hadrian Deval confirms pact. Hadrian Augustus Deval has provided a statement regarding his recent communications
buy
with
a
Princess
battery
Aisling Deval. The
shield
following
bank.
announcement was broadcast on all Imperial media channels. After much discussion, Princess Aisling and I have formally agreed to a non-aggression pact. While it would be premature for either side to consider the other an ally, we have pledged not to oppose each other or interfere with the activities of our respective supporters. I am grateful to my cousin for her courage in establishing contact. Although I stand firm on my previously stated beliefs, at Aisling's request I will review Nova Imperium's policies with an open mind. For now, I must remain a member of the Imperial family in exile. Vodal purchased by Core Dynamics. Vodal is a familiar name to many, the independent company having cornered the market in personal land vehicles in recent years. But according to the Federal Times, a downturn in profits has led to the company being purchased by Core Dynamics, a giant in the field of starship manufacture. Core Dynamics CEO Jupiter Rochester gave the following statement to the Federal Times. "There's no question that the Vodal team possesses considerable expertise, and I'm delighted that Core Dynamics was able to help them in their hour of need. Vodal's core team of designers and engineers will remain in place under our roof, so consumers can rest easy. The scarab they know and love will remain unchanged." In a piece for Vox Galactica, business analyst Marlon Royce observed, "Core Dynamics was smart to keep the Vodal team intact, since they clearly know their stuff. It's an excellent deal for both companies." Kincaid granted command of Zoun's fleet. President Gibson Kincaid has been named Commander-in-Chief of the Alliance Defense Force Fleet in the Zoun's system. Journalist Vanya Driscoll reported on the development for the Alliance Tribune. Admiral Frederick Yamamoto has announced that the Zoun's fleet now takes orders directly from the President, in direct breach of the existing ADF command structure. The move is widely perceived to be a deliberate show of strength from President Kincaid, who is currently under investigation for illegal campaign funding. Admiral Yamamoto is known to be a personal friend to Kincaid, from the latter's time as Governor of Zounds. The Council of Admirals has demanded that Yamamoto rescinds this decree. Admiral Rachel Ziegler condemned the decision as political grandstanding that
power
borders
plant.
on treason. While President Kincaid has accepted the authority, he has yet to issue any orders to the ADF fleet stationed in Zounds.
I won't spend all my money, but it
Ship
means
thief's
I'll be
personal
better
log
off.
discovered. A journal maintained by Gan Romero, the technician responsible for stealing a docked vessel from a starport hangar, has been discovered. Security Chief Misaki Sanders gave this statement from Fort Dixon.
I'll pay off
"We
in the
have
end.
thoroughly investigated Romero's background to establish a motive for the theft and how it was accomplished. Our only lead is a series of encrypted voice logs that he deleted shortly before the hijack. Our analysts have recovered a few fragments of these recordings, which appear to have been part of a dream journal. In them, Romero makes repeated mention of seeing an area of space, not black but radiant, glowing like heaven, and being called by voices that didn't come from anything with a body. Medical experts have proposed that Romero's..."
Right, well, thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe.